This is my Note 8. I've been clinging onto this thing for a couple of years, but the next Note is coming really soon. Here's what we want to see out of the next Samsung Galaxy Note. A return to the weird. The Note used to be the experimental brand. The Note was the phone with a huge screen. The Note was the one that tried out an edge display. Remember that Note 3 with the fake leather backing? That was a real thing. That was something else. The Note has become a bit stale when it comes to the weird. I want to see something crazy on the Note 20. Maybe a flat screen. Maybe multiple front-facing cameras under the display. Maybe the Note 20 ships as two pieces. You get the regular Note along with a mini Note that combines with the big Note to form Mega Note. Maybe the stylus has a mini display for some reason. Just something wacky. Will Samsung return to the weird on the Note? My hopes are not high on this one. The Note is so mature. Please, surprise me, Samsung. Wireless DeX. This is kind of related to the weird. The Note is for power users. Samsung DeX lets you use your phone like a desktop computer using a dock or a cable. There are rumblings about a wireless version of DeX being found in code. Good old Max Weinbach of XDA Developers found that code, by the way. Nice job, Max. Imagine being able to connect your phone to a Samsung TV to have a PC-like experience. If Samsung does go ahead with wireless DeX, maybe it could introduce software for Macs, Windows, and maybe even Chromebooks. Run the software on a computer, connect your Note 20 wirelessly. But if you have a laptop already, why would you want to use Samsung's weird DeX thing? I'll tell you why. 1, you would not have to buy some special accessory for your Note. 2, you could reuse an old laptop doing nothing but collecting dust. 3, you get full access to everything on your phone. Instead of transferring files back and forth from a PC to your phone, just use your phone for everything. While I'm yapping, maybe we could get Samsung DeX apps for set-top boxes like the Roku. Do all the DeX things, Samsung. Do it. A bigger in-screen fingerprint sensor. Right now, Samsung has Qualcomm's 3D sonic sensor in the Note 10. It sits under the display, so there's no need for a dedicated button or section on the phone for a more traditional sensor. The only problem was that the area that reads the fingerprint is not exactly huge. That led to issues when it came to unlocking. What good is a phone that you can't access easily, huh? Back in December, Qualcomm introduced the 3D Sonic Max. It covers an area of 20mm by 30mm. It turns out that that's 17 times larger than the current sensor. That means you don't have to put your finger in a precise spot. You could even use 2 fingers to authenticate, which would be more secure. Let's get a Sonic Max in that next Note. As an aside, I would love to see the return of the iris scanner. It does not require you to touch the screen, and that's been very helpful lately. The hugest screen. Look, there's a big difference between the Galaxy S and the Galaxy Note. The Note always has the bigger display. Always. Now, the S20 Ultra threw down with a 6.9-inch display with a 120Hz refresh rate. To get bigger than the S20 Ultra, we're potentially looking at a mainstream phone with a 7-inch display. In the olden days, a 7-inch display was called a tablet. Does anyone need a screen that big on a phone? I don't know. Do I want to see it from an engineering standpoint? Yeah. I just want Samsung to go for broke on this one. Now, the size refers to the diagonal measurement of the display, so Samsung could go with a very narrow phone while reaching that 7-inch mark. On the practical side, a screen like that could make it easier to multitask. If you like putting up 2 apps at once, like I do, that huge screen could be very helpful for productivity. And number 1 on my list is the big things. For Samsung phones, the Note has been the beast. Tons of RAM, tons of storage space, and the huge battery. The top of the line Note, likely called the Note 20 Ultra, should be ridiculously overpowered. Let's get 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage with expandability, and a camera bump that's the size of another phone. The next Note should pack a huge honking battery. If you're cramming in a great processor, a 5G modem, and a huge display with a high refresh rate, you need a big battery. Big specs eat up big battery life. What I'm really saying is that the Note 20 needs to be more than just the S20 with an S Pen and a slightly boxier look. If the Note and the S are going to remain 2 separate things, there needs to be a real difference between the phones. And the Note's gimmick, beyond the S Pen, is power. There has to be a real reason to spend extra money on a Note if it's going to continue to be in the lineup. Well, that's my wish list. If you want to see what's been uncovered about the Note 20, check this video out. It's very helpful. Well, Note buddy, I think you're getting replaced. You've had a great run. How long have you been hanging on to your current phone? Let me know. I'm Ayaz Akhtar, and I'll see you online.